All right, what's going on, y'all? How's everybody out there today? I hope everybody's having a good time. I was a little low, technical difficulties. You know how it is with me. But I fight through the fire. But like I was saying, thank you for tuning in to the Lethal Truth, where the truth shall set you free. And I'm talking about mentally. I'm happy y'all here with me today. I know y'all could have been anywhere else. It's Sunday. This is a day. It's rest day. You don't want to be bothered with nobody. You probably just want to lay in your bed and text. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Monica? What's going on here for the knowledge? Be here, Logan, Jasmine. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Oh man, I got a good one for y'all today. I mean, whoo, man. Trump has been busy. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Trump has been busy. I'm talking about, man. This man was signing so many executive orders. I had to write this down. I said, look, it's too much with this guy. I can't put it all in my head. I got to write it down. It's so much. I don't know if Trump is a blessing or a curse. Because, see, I look at Trump different ways, right? Here's Trump. He's a guy that he's pure white supremacy. He always been that way. I know people came up with pictures years ago saying he was with this rapper and he was this rapper and that rapper. Let me tell you something about business. You socialize with people who can make you money. And I don't know about some of you, how old you are, but back then in the 90s, rappers used to always talk about being in a Trump Plaza balling. Everything was Trump if you was balling. If you was in a Trump location, that meant you was balling. So people wanted to flock at his hotels and stuff like that. So he used to always socialize around rappers and everything because they brought him money. It's called, for some of you who don't know, it's called friendly racism. It's when you don't like someone, but you still have to deal with them when it comes to money. That's what that is, man. That's what that is. Don't get it confused. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. For now, I doubt he slept since he been in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember he was so much on social media, Twitter, um, YouTube, Facebook, and IG. And I was like, damn, he's on this all day long, right? So I was like, probably had a hell of a PR team. And they asked him, say, you got a good PR team because you constantly on Facebook and everything, you always respond. And he was like, no, I do this myself. I said, God damn. But Trump always wanted to be famous. He always wanted to be famous. That's why he's all over social media. He does things to cause controversy more spoken about. He wants to be the most famous president in history. That's why there's no president that have ever been on social media like that or on the news like that for that matter. This man can't wait to talk. He says things that's not even common. But the plane, you want me to go out there? You want me to go swimming? Yo, he care about white America, but he really care about a select of white America. That brings me to the third thing of Trump is he's more of, how would I say? He's more into designing his own Republican Party. He wants to take over the Republican Party because when he first initially started to run, they was kind of against him because he was doing things. He was he's banned from I believe he's banned from IG. He's definitely banned from Facebook. They don't want him. No, he's banned from Facebook. And no, excuse me, I'm lying. He's not banned from Facebook. He's banned from YouTube. He's banned from YouTube, and there's another social media platform. Not Facebook too much because when he was in the inauguration, which I was going to bring up, everybody in there on front was billionaires, millionaires, multi-millionaires, and multi-billionaires. And when I say multi, I'm not talking about he got like 5 million. I'm talking about people that got like 500 million. 600 million, 200 million. These is the people that's in front. This is the mega. That's the mega, not them old wrinkled traditional Republicans that you see running. He tried that the first time, and he tried to bring his people, and they try to say, "No, well, we got to do this traditional way." He was like, "What? I ain't with all. I'm doing what I want to do." Because him and his people wants to milk the country dry. They don't care if this country fall. They got millions and billions all over the world. To them, this is an investment ground. He don't care about this country. Pigs can't communicate cleanly, be Pacific. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, and the last thing I see as Trump, which is a blessing and a curse, is he's helping God to walk this country through the scriptures. Now I know you say, "Oh, slug, come on, man, you gonna hit us with the Bible or the Quran?" Look, I'm a righteous man. I gotta use these books, but I use them differently. I don't try to bombard you with it because I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a minister, I'm none of that. I'm just a righteous man who got divine revelation through the help of God, and I just deliver it differently. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, boy, this is Sunday. This is not church. This is not the mosque. So we're not going to be doing that. But I will incorporate the Quran a little bit, but I'm not going to go into depth with it because majority of our people are clueless to the Quran. This is why when I was taught the books, I was taught the Bible and the Quran differently because I could reach my people with the Bible because we relate more to it. You know what I'm saying? So now, before I get into that, I want to give a shout out to the FBAs. Man, get them brothers, sisters, round of applause because man, they got the foots on black people neck. No, I'm serious. They coming at black people. They coming at black people more than they coming at white people. You know what I'm saying? Because they try, I guess they're trying to make they home base. They coming at people head. What they saying is a lot. What they saying is correct. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give them a round of applause. They doing their thing. You know what I mean? So let me get right into it. So Trump, let's get right into it. Man, this is going to be dealing with a lot. It's going to be dealing with a lot that's dealing with us, the oppression of us that's causing all of this to go down. It's going to be talking about their greed, their enemy, and the hardness of their heart, and how this country is falling and why it's falling. It is falling so fast. It's falling faster than you could tie your shoelaces. I'm gonna say it again. Is falling faster than you can tie your shoelaces. But they keeping us distracted with all these sports and all the controversy with the music and the entertainers and these bullshit holidays and all of this. And we're not seeing it because they're not putting it in our face. Because if they put it in our face, it's going to cause an uprising. And this is one of the reasons why they wanted to get rid of TikTok because TikTok has too much information. When I go and prepare this, I go straight to TikTok. I go straight to TikTok for things that I'm looking for so I can show and prove because I like to show and prove the things I like to talk about. I just don't like to talk about stuff. That's why sometimes I be like, let me show you something. I get a little frustrated. And you be like, don't worry about it, man. But I like to always show and prove because if you decide to go out there and talk about what I said, you know what you're talking about because you got something to show and prove instead of just chatting patty. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? All right, let's get right into it. Now I can start my session. Yeah, I'm starting. So, you know, hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So, you know, when Barack got in office, or better yet, when he was running, I was just really getting into the nation. I was really getting into the Quran, so my study. So I used to study like 8 hours a day. I kid you not. I mean, I had my little breaks here and there, like a half an hour, 10 minutes here and there, but I used to study all day, right? Because I was real curious with the teachings and that Sunni Muslims, the Christianity, how everything fits into each other, but a lot of people don't see it. So I was basically trying to connect the dots with all the scriptures, all the hidden symbols, because most of a lot of things that's going on deals with the Masonic order. You know what I'm saying? So I try to deal with all of that. So as I was laying down, I was reading the Quran. I got up to the surah called Surah 44, which is Surah means chapter. Chapter 44 in the Holy Quran. And it's titled The Drought. And Barack is the 44th president. Now, I don't know if you think this is a coincidence. I don't think so. But the drought is actually, it's talking about really the times of Prophet Muhammad where he was going through, where his people was suffering from everything. They was losing everything from the Quraysh tribes and the Knights Templar, right? And it's funny because around this time when Barack got into office, I mean Barack was running, there was a drought in America. There was a drought in America. Trump tried to do everything in his power to come at Barack to stop him from getting in office, right? Because he knew if he pulled the race card, you would see the true revealing of white supremacy in America. And he pulled that card. And you saw white people go crazy. What? A nigga dared to run in office? He had more death threats than all the presidents in history combined. To the point, the brother had to get a truck called the Beast that was bulletproof inside out. It said it could stop a rocket launcher. I had to ask myself, I know where I'm from. I'm pretty sure I know where you're from too. Where I'm from, they don't have rocket launchers. Where I'm from, the people I know can't even get, they don't even have a contact or connection to get a rocket launcher. That is high class military weapon. Who do you have beef with that where you have to stop a rocket launcher? So obviously they was letting us know the death threats really, they wasn't really thinking about us. You know what I'm saying? It was upper class people that they was afraid of. But I'm gonna get back to Barack for a second. Now, I'm talk about this drought. Prior to him coming in office, and while he was running, and while he was in office, there was a recession. There come the drought. In 2008, George W. Bush was in office, and he messed up the whole real estate economy. Do you remember? Do you remember? In 2008, everybody who owned the house was in trouble. There was foreclosed signs everywhere. People was losing it because the property value had shot up, so people couldn't afford it. It was so bad that people was losing their jobs. You remember? People had to retire early. They was calling you if you worked at like 25 years, 30 years. They call you and say, "Listen, if you want to retire early, let me know because if you don't, things might not go your way, or it might." But people was like, "Nah, hell no. I'm about to get 100 and something thousand or 200 something thousand. I'm gonna do my last couple of years," and then they got a call. We have to let you go because they didn't want to pay that money. You know what I'm saying? People that I know, they was asking me because they knew I had a little, a little knowledge. It was like, "Yo, what you think?" I was like, "Look, you better just sign out. That's their warning. They warning you. You wanna retire, and you better take that warning." Some people did, and they lost their job. This was the recession. This was the drought. Then Trump started to go at Barack now with the birthright. During this drought, everything is up in an uproar. It was so bad that the government decided it would be best to put a black face into the White House because it was so bad that white America had no faith in their own government anymore. Remember, they had tired. They was like, "You know what? We're tired." Then Bush was in war in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they was losing, and there was all bunch of dead bodies everywhere. They was going through it. This country, the drought, the recession, everything was going up. Everything was going up. People was like, "What the hell is going on?" The minimum wage wasn't going up. Food was going up. Clothes was going up. I'm going to show you how we're coming into a third world country slowly, and you don't see it. Y'all all right out there? Y'all all right? All right, just checking. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. So now Barack is in office finally. They trying to make him. They trying to make him fail. Everything he was trying to do, they kept blocking him because, as I said, a president can't do everything he wants to do. You have to put it in your executive order or your plan, and you push it through Congress and the Senate and the House of Rep in the U.S. House of Representatives. You got to go through three channels for them to approve what you need to be done, and they kept blocking everything he was doing. But they was all right sending him to war so they could make money. It was all right. Yeah, Barack go to war. As long as he did that, they was good with it. The country kept suffering. So again, here comes Trump. Here comes Trump. Trump comes in office. Trump is the 45th president now. So I go to the 45th Soror, which is called the kneeling. Now, this is broken down whereas God lets the Arabs know that since you want to deny divine revelation, you will kneel before God. It said every nation on the earth. I said, damn, every e- every nation. Well, I said, well, what had to go on for everybody in the nation, not on the planet, to kneel before God? But it said that even though that they ignored divine revelation and they knelt before God, there were those that were still hardened. Their hearts were still hardened towards God. Now, what happened once Trump got in office? What made everybody kneel? Think about it. COVID-19. Talk back to me. Come on now. COVID-19 hit. We already got divine revelation. We already got the Quran in the world. We got the Torah in the world. We got the Bible in the world. But we don't want to read it. We don't want to listen. We just want to party. I'm talking about all of us. I'm not just talking about white people. I know why this is going on between because of the white folks that's in power, but we're part of the reason too because we're not following the chain of command that's given to us. So since we want to tie ourselves and do what the enemy is doing and mix with mingle with him in his world and do all the street stuff, oh, we're gonna fall right in line with them. So COVID hit and 800 people a day were dying everywhere. Everywhere. People were so scared they didn't want to come outside. It was so bad that the nurses was sharing gloves and clothes at the hospital. They ain't had no more. They ain't even had no more hand sanitizer. That was sold out around. You couldn't find it, and people were just dropping. It was so many bodies that when they try to when they unlocked New York City as they claim, they were finding bodies in funeral homes that they forgot. Damn, the kneeling. And Trump came in office with his white America stuff, and he just made it even worse. He started to attack black people everywhere. See, the divine revelation in the book of Revelations, they talk about these Jews and these Gentiles. Gentiles in the dictionary means Caucasian. You could check that out. So I like to say that because I just want white folks to know that you are in the Bible. They call you Gentiles. They don't call you Jews and they don't call you Israelites. That's what said Gentiles is Caucasians. I didn't write it. You wrote it. Don't be mad at me. I'm just a teleman. I'm just a teleman. You know what I'm saying? So now Trump comes in office. Now this plague that God sent through a human being, because that's who makes diseases, human beings. And they spread this all over the world. I guess they thought they had it under control because they lost control in America and it was going down. I'm talking about it was bad. It was so bad that they had to give out a stimulus package. Some got 600 a week, some got 800 a week. And people said, Trump helped us. Yay! No, Trump helped the businesses to survive in this investment ground we call America so it wouldn't completely fall. They care about you. We was just the pawns for them to give us the money because you know what? We was going to give it right back. And that's exactly what we did. We gave it right back. What? I got 800. We started forging what's that? We started forging unemployment. But dude ain't had no job day. Like people started forging unemployment. Everybody in the country was getting money. And they was happy. They was like, yeah, Trump did it. No, you have to understand. When they sign these stimulus packages and they beg the Federal Reserve for money, there's an interest and there's a tax that's attached to it. Yeah, you have to pay that back. I have to pay that back. We have to pay that back. That's not free. Who told you that? Which means it made the debt go up more and it made the food prices go up more and it made crime go up more because everything was going up. Mm, mm, mm. So now Biden comes in office. Everybody got rid of Trump. We got tired of Trump, right? We got tired of Trump. Tell you I was gonna make this all scripted out. I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. I don't want to bore you. So now Biden comes in office. The 46th president. The 46, the chapter, excuse me, Surah 46 in the Holy Quran, it speaks on the sand hills. Well, I'm trying to pull something up too. It speaks on the sand hills, right? And the sand hills, it deals with the last chapter as well. There's an ongoing, there's an ongoing punishment from God that's coming. It lets the Arabs know that when God seals his fate on a nation, especially after getting divine revelation, they're gonna feel it 10 times even more. Every time he gives us a plague and we don't listen, it gets worse. So Biden now he gets in office and he's well prior to that, he's a senator. This is in 77. He becomes a senator and he has a goal, right? He has a goal because he know who the original people is, who's me and you, and he know we have to have them back in slavery because like I said, the 13th amendment frees us except if convicted of a crime. So Biden, he comes up with this right here, right? This is the guy you voted for. Don't be embarrassed. You didn't know, I know. Integrating black children will turn the schools into a jungle. This is what Biden had to say about your children. Niggas? No, I don't like you niggas. But thank you for your vote. Thank you. So now what Biden did, he signed, which is the 46th president, he signed a crime bill in 1994. The crime bill was for a super predator for mass incarceration. He wanted to push this bill where if you got locked up for a felony, 9 out of 10, you was getting convicted. You wasn't going home. This is where Bill Clinton, this is now in the 90s when he tried to push this bill. Like I said, 1994. And Bill Clinton was in office. So he was trying to co-sign the stop and frisk at the same time with Giuliani. I want you to listen. I want you to see this war on you. This ain't start with no Latinos. Latinos, you just figuring it out now. I'm coming to you later on in a minute. Bear with me. And Hillary Clinton was along with him. Hillary Clinton, they wanted to push this bill, and it was kind of difficult, because they knew how black people was going to react. So what they do, as always, they try to pick one of us as an excuse to push this bill. They always pick us and our weird crimes and put it all over the TV networks in order to justify their bull crap. So Hillary Clinton came up with this term called super predator. So what they did was they used this young brother named Yummy, Little Yummy from Chicago. He was a young disciple, and allegedly he was murdered by two older dudes that was black disciples, right? Yummy allegedly was on a run for a murder that he committed towards a 14-year-old. So now this kid had no other criminal history, no other criminal record. But here it is. Hillary Clinton decides to use him as an example as a super predator. Now, for the guy that you voted for, come on, black people, step up, step up. I'm talking to you. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm not trying to belittle you. I say and talk like this because I want you to listen. And I want us to always think like, damn, what the hell I do? Because there was other black people that felt like this. Now look what Biden had to say. Actually, yeah.
It did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
Bobby Rush, member of Congress, said the other day, I'm ashamed that I voted for the 94 crime bill. You ashamed of that bill?
Not at all. In fact, I drafted the bill. You remember?
I know.
That was your president you voted for.
One step is you must take back the streets. And you take back the streets by more cops, more prisons.
Listen to Joe.
More physical protection for the people. We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe.
Talking about black people.
Beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must take it off the street. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point. That's the sad truth. I'm the guy that said, rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it, notice it. And even when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. We must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malfactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation.
Now, that's the man you voted for, whoever you are. But I understand I'm not picking on you because I understand when they start running, they try to hide all the past. You know what I'm saying? They try to hide the things that you never heard of. Just like you didn't hear about Martin Luther King's extra sexual activities. I heard about it. I read it. As a matter of fact, speaking on that, hold on. Let me show you where you can find it because I know they lying to you. To people out there, someone, yeah, they sent the pages. No, you want to read those classified pages on my MLK? Get this book right here, Agents of Repression. I read this book. I used to own it. It talks about all the COINTELPRO setup of all the Panthers, the Indians. Man, they was hitting everything at the civil rights movement at the same time at the same time fighting Cuba. I said, God damn, J. Edgar Hoover was busy. Man, they had Martin Luther King files in it. That's why when I said when you read those files, everything is going to be blocked. You can't even read a sentence. It was already leaked. So what you declassifying? You ain't declassifying it. First of all, the feds have to give you those files. And they ain't give you everything. So you ain't declassifying none. But see, we don't know that. So we thinking he doing something good. Them devils are liars, man. He just wanted to defecate on Martin Luther King's history. Meanwhile, he got a felony for inappropriate behavior. You see this? Shaq, talk back to me, y'all. Come on, man. Hit that like button. These hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? So, so now this was Joe. This was who we was voting for as a people because we thought, oh, he with Camilla. He with the sister. And we thought because she our sister, we should go vote for her. And I get it. I get it. Because when I saw her running too, I felt proud. I mean, from where we came from, to actually be up there to talk down to the people that had us in slavery, I felt proud. And I'm not saying to talk down in a disrespectful way. I mean, now we have a black woman that could hold her head up high after slavery and be in that White House and run. She looked like me. I felt proud until I did research. Until I did research. So, when she was an attorney general, Camilla sent thousands of black men to jail for low-level drug sales. She was turning marijuana drug sales, petty drug sales, into felony charges. So if you got caught with a half an ounce of marijuana, you was charged as a felony and you was getting anywhere from 5 to 10 years. This is what she was doing. And some people say, oh, I looked into it. It wasn't thousands. It was 45 people. As if that make it any better. Oh, 45 people, those are 45 people who lost their families. You don't know what the hell goes on when you go behind that wall in the prison. Your 30 days in prison could turn into washing clothes, getting raped, and getting beat up. Or sometimes killed in 30 days or a week. A person could lose their mind and hang themselves. Because I've seen that happen too. So it doesn't matter if it was 45 people. And I know it wasn't 45. That's an absolutely damn lie because we know prison is like McDonald's. It's a revolving door. People always going in and people always coming out. So it was more than 45 people as long as she's been in there. And let me tell you something about that devil. She was also the lead team on Michael Jackson's case when she was trying to crucify him for all them so-called alleged sexual assaults on little boys that we found out later on was a lie she knew about. Talk to me. This is the sister we wanted to vote for. Man. This is the same sister, the same black woman that looked like us, charged the man, Jamal True Love, for murder that he didn't commit, where the San Francisco Police Department fabricated evidence against this black man, and she found out about the evidence, but still went on to charge this man and found him guilty and got him the death penalty because she wanted to save her career and not embarrass her and have a mark on her record. A black man, she did that too. But eventually, the truth came out, and he got his appeal. He was released, and the police department, the commissioner, they gave him $10 million, and the courts gave him $13 million. This is the woman you wanted to vote for. This is the woman they wanted to put in office. She wasn't going to get in office anyway because white America don't want a black man in office. You see what Barack went through, so imagine her. Did she get that many death threats? I wonder why she didn't. Because they already had a plan. They was going to put him back in office. Nobody runs a second term, but he did. because they already knew what they was gonna do. They already knew it. Everything he's doing right now, they co-signing it. Oh yeah. They making these little punk uh sayings on the news about Trump is doing this and this in court and he's removing this and removing that, and then everybody's mad. Yeah. So why the government didn't come together and set up an impeachment yet? I rest my case. I rest my case. Let's throw a little attention so the people can see that the government is against it. Yeah, I heard he got 100,000 signatures from civilians that don't count. It don't count because your vote don't count. So that don't count. Just sit down and just let the thing go on. Because it's gonna go on. So this is Camilla. This is Camilla. Imagine she got in office. Oh Lord. You see what they did? They amplified slavery in America. On JoJo. They put the DEI in, which is the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which saves you from racial profiling or sexual profiling in all workplaces. This is an umbrella over 100 agencies. So if you go somewhere, let's say the Jewish community, I go to the doctor in Jewish communities. Or every time I go there, I'll always see a black person work there. Always see a Spanish person work there. And sometimes I hear Russian because I don't know their language, but I can pick it up and know it's Russian. So they keep the places diverse. They don't want no more racial profile. So in the process, they let all these migrants come over. Now, migrants is going to work for next to nothing. The country is going broke. A brother said that on a construction site, he says he went to school for it. He has a certificate for it. He's a master on a tractor, and they still won't hire him because they have to pay him anywhere from $25 to $35 an hour. They will not do it. But since Joe and Camilla brought some new slaves in, because black people don't want to work for white folks like that no more. Ever since COVID, everybody want to start their black business online. Talk to me. Talk to me nice. So they brought some new slaves in to work next to nothing. The brother said the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, all the Spanish speaking people that came over here to migrate, they taking up all the construction work. Because they don't have to show real ID and all of that stuff saying they got a green card. All they got to come with paperwork saying they want to work. They get paid $9, $8 an hour. That's why every time you drove around, you saw the construction site, you saw them. You saw them. You know what he told me? And it shocked me. And I said, you know what? That's right. He said, the only time you see a black person in the construction, most of the time, they on the street holding up the sign on the traffic. And they get their little $12 because they don't want to pay us more extra money. Y'all all right? Sounds familiar to you out there? All right. So they taking up all the businesses. They taking up all the work. And white America is mad. Black people, we weren't so mad because we used to the struggle. We make it with nothing. We always had. We made it through slavery. You make it through, anybody can make it through that. We can make it through anything. So we was accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying? So now white America is mad because they're not getting all the jobs. They said, damn, first we got it over the Negroes, the black people, but now the Mexicans coming over. We upset. They taking all the jobs and they working for next to nothing. What? $8 an hour? They wasn't even making $3 an hour where they was at. $8 an hour, and you getting federal funding, and you get a free room and board. Man, they was cleaning up over here. They was hitting all the garbage cans every time I came out. They had shopping carts full of bottles. Full of bottles. I said, God damn, it wasn't playing. They out there selling their fruits. And a lot of people thinking, oh man, that's just petty money. They ain't doing it. It gotta be some money because you know why? They were still doing it every day, all day. Every day, all day. Nonstop. With a baby on the back. That was some true hustling. Nobody like that was hustling in this country, not even us. They said, now we got to get these Spanish Negroes. Mm-mm. So now when Trump get in office, oh Lord, which is the 47th president, Surah 47 titles Muhammad or Qatal, which means war. This is the time of prophets, domestic life, not a domestic, with his violent life when he was going to war with the Quraysh Shab and the Knights Templar when it was called the Battle of Badr, which is the most bloodiest battle, where now they chased Prophet Muhammad and his peoples out of Saudi Arabia. So Spanish people, I'm coming to you. Because you got chased out. Black people too got chased out. Yeah, Psalm 47. It's titled War. That's Muhammad. So Trump now decided that he wanted to dead the DEI. That was the first thing. Well, he did immigration first. Then the second thing he said, DEI has to go. Now that affects you and me. Well, that affects everybody of color. So first he attacked us by sending us back to all these Spanish-speaking countries. I don't care how you look at them. Those are my brothers and sisters. I know their history. I know where they come from. Nobody can tell me who they are. I know who they are. They don't know who they are, like my own people, my complexion don't know who they are. But they my people. They just, some of them just don't know it. Some of them do. Because I done met some different type of black revolutionaries that say they black and they lighter than me and they speak Puerto Rican. And they know a whole lot more than me. You know what I mean? To the point some of them was teaching me. You know what I mean? So he starts the DEI where now racist America can actually use racism to prevent you from working at the workplace. So don't be so quick to say, oh, they're going back, we're going to get the jobs. No, you are not. You are not going to get the jobs first. You may get some to make it look good, but majority of those jobs are going back to white folks. That's if they want to work. Because right now, the farmers, the food is getting rotten. Ain't no Mexicans picking the food. The food is not being imported in. Ah, man. Nobody's working for next to nothing. A lot of companies, they need employees, but they don't want to pay them because they don't got the money to. So now they're suffering. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Trump done messed everything up. He done messed everything up. So now that everybody's going back to their country, join this war. The country is saying, these countries saying, no, you're not taking these people back. You wanted them. You're not, no. Because now they got to fund more money to house them. You know, people done left everything in their country. Now they got to come back. They looking for a handout, hey. And the country feels some type of way because like it felt like you betrayed us and went over there to the Americans that have been oppressing us for centuries. Now you want to come back kissing our ass? You know what I'm saying? So what they were saying was, no, get them out of here. We don't want them. They sent them back. Mexico sent back 2 planes. So Trump got on the phone and said, oh, listen, if you do that again, we're going to put a tariff on you. Tariff or taxes for food or anything that's coming in and going out. We're going to get to that in a minute. Oh, man, we're going to get to that in a minute. So Mexico was like, well, if you do that, we're going to put a tariff on you. You need our tequilas. You need our avocados. You need our limes. You need us. When I'm pretty sure America can't go without tequila, right? So somehow, some way, they had a good conversation, and Mexico said, "Bring them on. It's okay. Bring them in." Right? So other countries, unknown to you, Trump was sending these people to other countries they weren't even from because you had some countries that he couldn't been. They was like, "I don't care who you is. We're not taking them." So he was forcing other countries that was weaker than them to accept them. So you got migrants probably in Russia somewhere. Well, no, I ain't gonna say Russia. Russia ain't trying to hear that because Russia is more powerful than America. America, they lost that empire already. They lost that regime. We'll get to all that. But he probably sent them to like probably sent them to Puerto Rico if they from Dominica or Haiti. You know, they would just send them to different countries. That's a hell of a thing, but you don't see that on the news, right? Now he got this birthright going on where he's trying to cancel the 14th Amendment, which he can't do. But the 14th Amendment came because of us. This is what it started from. Because after slavery, during the Reconstruction era, we were still considered not citizens, or they looked at us like as not citizens, and so we wasn't getting the pay equal grade. So this is what the 14th Amendment came from, to make us and other poor whites who were in slavery and who came over on the boat as immigrants and was treated like Negroes, but a little bit better. So it made them citizens at that time. Well, for us, that's like, yeah, we're gonna just say that, but it's a blanket to fool us because we are never citizens. That's why they treat us that way. That's why we always have a law pertaining to us. When you have a law pertaining to just you for a particular reason, you're not a citizen because they already have those type of rights in the Constitution for Americans. So when they have to target you into a Pacific law, you're not really a citizen. You're not really a citizen. That's why I understand why the FBA say African Americans, like saying Chinese American and Italian American, because it doesn't really make you a citizen. It doesn't make you just straight American. So I can understand that. But that's how they're going to always look at us. They're going to always look at us like that because they know who you are. You are the original people. You are the most ancient people on the planet. They are not ancient. So they know you're not American. That name started in the 1500s. Actually, excuse me, 1700, 1600, excuse me. So you can't be that. So that's why they treat us this way. So I understand. Now that the DEI is gone, ooh, we in trouble. We're in trouble. Some of your children can't go to certain schools anymore. Some of you can't work at certain places anymore. Some of you will be getting fired because they don't want your kind at the workplace. They only accepted us there because of a damn bill. Now the bill is gone. Uh, we in trouble for some of you so-called Black Americans in this country. We got some things getting about to happen. It's going down right now. Right? Some of us probably don't feel that effect, but yo, it's here. So we're gonna get into it. He also wanted to make Canada what? A 52nd state or something like that. Well, you know Canada is not trying to hear that. Now Canada got free healthcare. Why would they want to forfeit that and make they citizens pay for healthcare? Does that sound right to you? And now he putting these tariffs in. Oh man, in fact, he wanted to end federal funding too. See, this is why I say he wanted to be in the media. Because there's no way in the world you could just end federal loans, federal funding, SSI, and SNAP all at one time. Yeah, he did that. Because some people that work in the federal government, they didn't get paid. Certain companies didn't get federal grants. Certain loans got suspended. They said they didn't realize it. They didn't realize it until like 2 days later. And then when they tried to get into it, it was something they was talking about. They was trying to get into it to notify them about everything and the executive decision that he made. And they said it was blocked for like an hour. I think they said it was the service or something to that degree. I can't remember. But they found out later about it. By that time, a lot of people already lost their funding. Probably us, probably whites too. Because Trump, he's there for white supremacy, the Abraham Lincoln Project, but he's also predominantly there for the multi-millionaires and the multi-billionaires. That's why he has a new Republican party called MACA, Make America Great Again. I just found out what that dumbass thing meant. Make America Great Again. It's not the regular Republican Party. So he's rubbing a lot of shoulders. That's why I said I think God put him there for a reason, because he's ushering into this fall. Now he's suspended a HIV for 90 days. Well, they had it blocked now for 90 days, I believe. The courts, they got it blocked. where he's trying to stop HIV funding. Do you know it? Do you know this country is has more people affected in HIV than any other country on the planet? I know you thought it was Africa, right? No, it's this freaky country because we like to have unprotected sex constantly because all we think about is sex on our mind. Now, HIV is something that, let me tell you how this thing goes. You have your TD4 cells, which is your whole body, right? Your blood cells. This is the queen that keeps everything functioning. And it talks to your B12. Your B12 is your antibodies. So this T4 cells talks to your antibodies and it builds it up. Then you have your macrophages and your phagocytes. These are the ones that detect the disease that comes in and they take a picture of it. So when they flush it out, they make sure your antibodies will have a recording of the virus. This is why oftentimes when people around you catch a cold, you don't catch it, it means you caught that cold before. And your antibodies took a picture of it so it knows what to build as soon as it detects the virus in your body. Make sense? Okay. So now when you encounter HIV, this is how HIV works. It's a disease with a brain. It thinks. See, a common cold and a flu, it doesn't have a brain. So we already know its dynamics. We know what it's going to do. It's going to make you cough, runny nose, sneeze. And we know that. Now, HIV, it doesn't. When it comes into your body, it doesn't just come in there. It sees your T4 cells, your blood cell, and it has to duplicate itself into your blood cell, your T4. It has to duplicate it. And then it enters it. Once it attaches onto one blood cell, it starts to multiply rapidly. 4 turning to 8, 8 turns like that. So now it starts to eat your T4 cells where it breaks your immune system down. Now you start to catch colds and all types of stuff start happening to you. So now you get the HIV medication. This is what Trump is trying to stop. This stops the HIV from transforming into the full-blown AIDS virus. HIV and AIDS are two different diseases. HIV is just a carrier, which means also it can disappear in your body because it camouflages itself. This is why some people can have sex with a person that has HIV and they don't catch it because they think, hey, God, I like your C4 cells, but not today, and it go right back. That's how it does. It thinks. So if you don't take this medication, after the immune system break down completely to the point where now it transforms into AIDS, well, with the medication after that, it can't get back those T4 cells. So now you are dying from all kinds of complications because your immune system is weak. And this is why when you die from AIDS, they don't say, oh, it's complication of death, it's AIDS. They say, oh, pneumonia, or he died from a common cold, or he died from the flu. He died from a fever. It's never AIDS. It's your immune system breaking down, so all the diseases is going to kill you. So he wants to stop this in the country. Is he a goddamn madman? Talk to me, man. This man is crazy. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. So, what else he trying to do now, man? Repeat offense. He want to send all repeat offenders to outside the country. Who he think he talking about? He talking about us. This is the war. This is a war that's going on with the people of color. But we don't see it. We thinking, oh, he just doing some bullshit. Excuse my language. Thinking he just doing some bull crap. Yeah, he's doing it, but he's attacking us. And white America is happy. They're happy. When I put my shorts on YouTube or TikTok about Trump, white people go under and they show me their racism. They show me that because they're taught that way. Racism, you don't get born with it. You have to be taught it. And they teach them that in their schools with white supremacy. Jane Elliott described it best because she's a Caucasian. She's been to the school. She knows how it goes. And she said, if you're not racist, by the time you're 16 in high school, I'm surprised. This is how they keep the racism going on. Now, these tariffs, oh man, the trade war. This is what's going on, the trade war. Because Canada's not taking anybody. All these other countries like Colombia, China, they're not taking nobody. They don't care. They're like, you do whatever you want to do. He said we're going up on tariffs now. Now he want to start a trade war. So they said, oh yeah, you ain't nobody. We're going up too. See, America stopped being the world superpower a long time ago. They became the world superpower after the British Empire fell during World War One. When World War Two came and this country dropped that atomic bomb, man, they put the whole world in check. And the whole world got scared because nobody had an atomic bomb, and they dropped two. When you see it, you just see one big cloud, boom. No, they dropped two. So right now, Japan's still cleaning up. No, sir, they still cleaning up. They said the whole world said, yo, y'all got it. Y'all the head niggas in charge. That's why they bully everybody. But everybody now is getting nukes too. Iran got mad news. That's why Iran talking the way they talking. What? Bring it. Whatever. Then they just popped off on Israel. Yeah, I mean, know you got nukes. We got it too. What's up? Straight war. It's rumors of war, as they say in the script, but it's rumors of war everywhere because of what's going on. And it all involves in this country. But they ain't gonna tell you that on world news. This is want us to focus on this stupid ass football game we be watching. And I'm not saying stupid to disrespect anybody. They just do that because of entertainment, because that's what they did to Rome. Because Rome conquered everybody in the world. And in Rome, it was motivational. So to keep people happy and distracted from their problems, they had games. You know what I mean? Like, look at what you call it, matter of fact. What is it, Gladiator? And they kept saying, why are you having games all day? He said, because the people don't like him. He's trying to get the people to favor him. They have games all day. So the people's distracted. So you got football, baseball, basketball. You got the Olympics. You got hockey. You got all kinds of. You got the music awards. We entertain all day, every day, and every month. To the point we don't think about our problems. We don't think about it until it's in our face, and it hurts us and it affects us. That's the only time we start paying attention. So the tariff. Let me explain this to you. Now, the tariff, like I said, is a tax. So let's say Biden says, well, let's say Trump says, yo, listen, I want to raise the tariffs to 50%. And they say, oh, what? Oh, well, we're gonna raise ours 20%. Which means now, let's say if you want to buy a Nissan that costs 10,000, you have to pay China 10,000 and you have to pay the US government 10,000. That's why your car costs $20,000. Oh, don't forget you have to pay tax too. You get taxed. Those are the tariffs. You understand? So when Colombia and America started going at it, President Trump said, I'm putting what? 25% tariffs. And they said, we're doing the same. So that's about 0.4%. So from 2025 to 2024, each month, about each month, we will be paying altogether in a household about over $800 in taxes because everything is going to be going up. Look, Canada, right? Because this is going to shrink the economic system even more. And it's going to shrink your pockets even more. I need you to pay attention out there because this affects your wallet coming soon. Okay. Canada Energy. They spend 117 million. That's about to go up. Vehicles, 27 billion. That's about to go up. Machines, electronics from New York and New England. Gold, wood, gas, petroleum, 60%. Ooh, gas is about to go up. All you car drivers out there, because Trump want to put tax on them. So they put tax on your gas. You see what's happening? You see what's going on? This is the trade war that you're involved with. I just want you to see what's going to be affecting you because these fools ain't going to tell you on TV. And a lot of people is not really saying too much on these YouTube podcasts about this. Not judging them because everybody got to find their information in different places. But I see a whole lot of different talk on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't judge anybody. You know what I'm saying? Is this my job? So this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm directed to do. God directed other people to talk about whatever they need to talk about. Because I tune in. I listen. Not everybody talk the same thing, but the people I tune into, they talk some good content. They have some good content. So now, Canada and the US is each other's main source. So this is going to affect us real fast, right? China. Now, why are you going to mess with China? China is not in debt with nobody. China technology is 10 times more advanced. They got things over there that you never even seen, man. They got robots and machines making you coffee at home. I seen something where they have a big building where there's a train going under it. I said, what the hell? What? You and they owe China more money than anybody in the country. It's China than it's Japan. Why you over here acting like you taxing China like they gonna be hurt? Let me tell you what we need for China. Fruits and vegetables. Uh-oh. Oh, you cooking people? I can see now avocados and everything about to go up. Apples, fruits, oranges, bananas, everything going up. Plus the farmers ain't picking them like that out here. Sheesh. Man, this country about to spend like $10 on a pack of bananas. Smartphones, or you iPhone users. Y'all all right? I know you over there like, oh my God. I know I had to bring this information to you. I said, I gotta tell my people this, man. They need to know this, understand what's about to happen. So all these smartphones, all these people that like to buy these new phones every year. I want the iPhone 6. Yeah, you about to start paying more, arm and a leg. Furniture, all those Barbie dolls and all that come from China. So your daughters, you gotta figure something else out. You know what I'm saying? Monitors for automatic data and tea. You know, Chinese people love their tea, so tea is gonna be going up too. You know, they're not the only ones. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. The value of the dollar is dying so fast. It's unbelievable. Before I get into that, I want to say something. You notice how these residential buildings are being built now? They're being built real small apartments, real small living rooms. Everything is small. You know why? Because of George Bush with this recession, the value of land, the property tax has shot up. So when these these building owners want to build a building, they get a loan for about 12.8 million to construct a building. Back then, prior to 2008, they was able to do that, cover the loan, and make their revenue back and have extra. They can't do that now. That they cannot cover the property tax. If they get that 12.8 million and make those regular buildings that you used to see back in the 90s, they will have to charge you at least $4,000 to $5,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah, I know. You say, what? Right. So they have to make it smaller. So all the rooms are small. The living room is small. Everything is small. You getting electric stoves now. You can't get no gas. Gas is too much. Everything is falling. Soon in New York, you're gonna start having 3 floors. Some buildings have it now, but I'm talking about everywhere because they're making all these buildings small, and they throw a little balcony in there and make it look good. You know what I mean? But this is why they're losing money. The whole economy is falling. You remember when I showed you the debt of this country? Matter of fact, because I know I got some new subscribers. I want to show you with how much this country in debt. Then I want to talk about some different money because this money is going out the window. So I want to show you what it's like. And man, it's oh man. So I sold it before, but this I just have to say because it's coming from Farrakhan. He said better than me. You know what I'm saying? He says it better than me. I want you to hear this. Y'all all right out there? Okay, I hope I got y'all attention. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I got y'all attention. We gonna let it rip. This was just gonna show you what the country owes. This country. And this was around 2008 or 2009, I believe.
Of America's burgeoning debt is owned by foreign governments. So it ain't no more that we could sell bonds to our citizens. We sell bonds to China. We sell bonds and securities to Japan. We sell bonds and securities to Great Britain. Let me show you who owes what.
Listen. I'll show you who owns what.
This kind of stuff is classroom stuff. But every time you come to this house, it'll be a classroom.
Every time you come here, it's gonna be a classroom.
Look, according to this pie graph, intragovernmental debt, $3,794 billion. The publicly held debt, which is still government responsibility, $2,674 billion. But the publicly held foreigners' debt, rather that America owes, is $2,240 billion. The Japanese have bought up $649 billion of American bonds and securities, plus they have $1.2 trillion in foreign currency reserves. The largest currency reserves in the world is in China. You see why America would jump on Cuba, a communist country 90 miles away, and talk sweet to China, a communist country? Because China got America by the testicles.
They want to put airport right on, man.
I use that language because every male in here knows how painful that is.
And that's the fact.
$154 billion. The British, $249 billion. OPEC, that's the oil producing countries, $102 billion. Korea, $66 billion. Taiwan, $63 billion. The Caribbean banks, $63 billion. Germany, $56 billion. Hong Kong, $55 billion. Brazilians, $54 billion. Canadians, $49 billion. Luxembourg, $38 billion. Mexico, $36 billion. The French, $31 billion. Singapore, $29 billion. Swiss, $27 billion. The Turks, $24 billion. The Swedes, $19 billion. The Irish, $19 billion. The Dutch, $18 billion. The Thais, $17 billion. The Israelis, $17 billion. The Belgians, $15 billion. The Indians, $15 billion. The Italians, $14 billion. The Poles, $13 billion. And all others, $148 billion. Now, when you go and turn on the news, and you find out that China has some American ports.
Mm,
You say, well, how did that happen?
exactly. How did that happen?
The Arabs got so much and so much. The Chinese got. Well, I read that even on I-90,
That's right.
on the toll booth area, that has been sold to Spain.
Yeah. Man, yeah. We screwed, man. We screwed. That's all been sold off. That's why I laugh when Trump said, I'm gonna do this. I'll be like, shut up. Whoever owns the money dictate what goes on. You understand? You ain't got no more. America bullying, their empire is over, Arun. You see why they all talk to them like the way they talk to them? Even Mexico said, what? Do nothing. Remember when they said, we're building a wall and you're gonna pay for it? What they said? They said, we paying for it, we're gonna make the American citizen pay for it. And Trump tried to test them. Remember, you ain't have no avocados for like a month or so. They said, oh yeah, we're gonna show you better than we gonna tell you. You ain't nobody, America. Ain't nobody. And if you let them nukes off, the other countries gonna see how weaker you are because you let them nuke off, and they still building more nukes that they didn't let off. You no longer will be the superpower. So they talk to them like that. It's over. Everything down there sold out here. Everything that's made in this country is made somewhere else. This is over. This has become a third world country to the point that even new money is being made around the world because they know that American dollar is about to be put to its misery. That's why Gaddafi had united the United States of Africa together, and they was building their own currency called it started with a B. Oh my God, I forgot what it's called, Bayan or something like that. But it was rivaling the American dollar, and he convinced all the African countries to pool in their money and resources to dominate and populate over the American dollar. They went and got Gaddafi. You saw him on the front page like this. You saw they went and got him because he was about to end the American currency around the world. And they made up some bull crap about terrorism and all that. He been running the country over 20 years. Now all of a sudden he's a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? So now what happened is Russia is now the world superpower for us, the bullying and all of that. So what they did, I believe in 2008 or 9, they decided to have a summit where they called all the heads throughout the world to come because they had a proposition to make money that is going to rival the American dollar and eventually succeed the American dollar. And it's called BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Somalia. So they have their own currency. They do not use the American dollar. It's worthless. We the only one over here talking about bling bling. We the only one over here taking pictures like that. And it ain't even money. It's money made for debt. When I heard that part, I was like, damn, man, all my mans is dead for that? For something that's really not money. It's just something that the banks put on value as tax for us to pay back. So now they just had another summit because they know things are getting worse. So now Egypt got involved. They on the BRICS. So now it's BRICS plus. Egypt, Ethiopia, the United Arab Emirates, and it's another and Iran. And Iran, you know they ain't telling Iran nothing. Iran just sent them some missiles over there to Israel to let them know who they playing with. Israel, calm down. Israel, calm down right now. You know what I'm saying? So now this money, this BRICS, is going to take over the American dollar. That's why I said this money is about to be over with. They ain't going to tell us. I'm not even going to know the deadline. It's just going to be announced. So what I tried to do last night, I tried to invest in some money. I went on Coinbase wallet. You could download that app, and You could go to bricks and you could start investing. You know what I mean? You could invest whatever amount of money you want. Each coin is like, I believe, $34. I know. No, $34 a coin. And by trade, it's like 400 and change for like trade. You know what I mean? But this is going to be the next currency. And I want to do it because I remember in 1990, I believe it was 1990 or 1995 or something, when Microsoft first came out, Bill Gates said if you would have invested $1, by the time it was like 2010, you would have been a millionaire. I said, God damn, I wish I would have did that. Shit, 20 years I ain't making rich. I know I'd have been rich by now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me want to do that with bricks. So I'm sharing this information with you. Go on there, Coinbase wallet, and start investing. At least when this dollar falls and it's completely dead, if you're here, if you're chilling, at least you pass it down where they can have some currency as a medium exchange or gold, because it's gonna happen. Please don't put your faith in this money here. It's just sooner it's just going to be gone. And then we got all the floods going on. These are all the plagues. This is what I said. This is all written. The fall of America. It's going to happen. You can't stop it. Can't stop it. That's since 1933. It's over. Adios, amigos. It's a wrap. And now the way the water is flooding this New York, you see it? I thought Manhattan was a borough. Yeah, Manhattan is not a borough. Manhattan is an island. It's at the mouth of the Hudson River. Staten Island is on the island. West Long Island, Long Island City. That's by the sea entrance. Rock, what's that? Far Rock, Queens. That's sea level. They got a risk of the floods. We in bad shape over here. And they saying it's flooding because they doing all this demolition work, building all these big buildings on already damaged grounds. The grounds is already damaged. That's why every time you turn around, they fixing it, trying to cover up this pothole and that pothole and this over here. That it's falling apart. And they trying to save it. You can't save it. It's over. Now I know what you're saying. Oh man, ain't no way I can move. Now ain't no way you can move. There's no way you can move. It's already written. This country is gonna fall, and there's nothing no president could do about it. And speaking of that, you see why I don't vote? You look at all the politicians I just talked about. They're all the same because they all involved in a system, and they cannot go against the grain of that system. That system is bigger than them. They will get assassinated. So what Trump is doing, technically, that's what they want him to do. They want him to do that. They want him to get all those immigrants out. They want him to do that. They wanted to make it a pro-white. That was the whole slogan from the beginning. Make America white again. Spanish people, what are you thinking of? Why do you think that you fit in with them? Because you have a lighter complexion? You just light and bright for the night. That's all that's it. That's the same. You light and bright for the night. You are not one of them. You ain't gonna never be one of them. Why do you think in your country you don't have a person that speaks Spanish that look like me as a president? But you come over here with this possibility. They know who you are. They know who you are. Let me show you. I like to always show evidence. You know, Putin, I don't know if you heard, but in Russia, remember when I was telling you how we started to civilize the Caucasians and the caves, and you know the caves is near Russia, outside of Georgia and Assyria, and they opened their oldest church that been closed for so long. They had closed the church for I don't know how long it was. It was for hundreds of years, and they decided to finally open up their church. This is what they found. This is what I want you to see what Putin found.
Vladimir Putin reveals to the world a secret that European has been hiding from African for more than a millennium, that Jesus was black.
That's Putin. He's showing Jesus.
today, folding
That's
your
important. Now look at this.
Most of you haven't heard about this because mostly all y'all care about is celebrity drama and gossip.
This is in the Russian church.
But the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has opened up his vaults to reveal old illustrations of biblical icons that depicts Jesus Christ and the original Jews as being black. So I'm curious, does this mean black people are going to actually start acting accordingly? Or are we going to continue to fit into the stereotypes that they put on us and be ignorant? In my honest opinion, I think it's going to come down to a point where you have educated, enlightened blacks on one side and niggas on the other.
Straight up, and niggas on the other. And this is in their church.
Look, the statue here, you see,
I said-
Peter in the back. Black Peter.
I said to myself, ooh, Putin knew what he doing. He did that to show white America. Oh, Putin knew what he doing. He knows what he doing. I wish I had that thing where I show where who sent it? Italy. They sent a black Statue of Liberty. It was like one of their parades. Actually, they didn't send it, they sent a message. It was a black Statue of Liberty, and she was folding change, but she was moving around. And as she stood up, the chain started to break. Yo, word. And it says something about, I think America something. I couldn't really read it. And it was like it was sending America a message. I said, ooh, because that's the original Statue of Liberty that was given from France as a gift. It was a black woman with the chains broken in her ankles. They removed it and made her look white. That's why I say they know who you are. Now I know what I just showed you. They said original Jews. Look, let me tell you something. When it comes to those scriptures, God destroyed those 12 tribes of Israel and scattered them across the world because they kept denying divine revelation. Not once, not twice, not three, but multiple times for centuries. So he split them up. They all over the planet. Some have now in that bloodline turned Christians. Some have turned Muslims. Some have turned nation of gods on earth. Some are Catholic. Some are Protestant. Some are just Muslims, like I said. Some are now out here in this country saying they're Israelite, but your bloodline is really not Israelite. So don't be quick to say you the chosen one. Don't say that, because the chosen one is the DNA, not just the complexion. Because everybody wasn't Jews. We always had nations. We was always here. We never called ourselves a color. We called ourselves by nations. That's why when you read these books, they always talk about nations. They don't say black. They don't say white. That's Caucasian colonized words. They always say nations. So these people know who you are. And they coming after us. And we're going to have hell in this country for the next 4 years with this dude. We're gonna have hell, and white people gonna feel like they could do anything they want. So anyway, folks, I know when you be some of you, if you on here, I know some of y'all probably say, "Yo, man, this guy here." But then again, what I talk, I kind of doubt it. Because I know they would have been said something. You can't keep them quiet. You can't keep them quiet. They gonna say something. You know what I mean? Y'all all right out there? Y'all good? Okay. I don't want to keep y'all too long, but this is what's going on, and there's going to be more things that's going to be happening throughout the days. There's more things he's going to be signing in. It's going to be a lot, man. And now that all these people is being rounded up and sent out the country, now the attack is back directly on us, because for a minute they kind of, in a way, they kind of left us alone. They was more focused on them in the news with the crime and, taking over this building and locations in California. These pussy talking about them. Now they're getting rid of them. They're back on you. They're back on us. So now we got to get prepared, tie up our bootstraps, and get ready for the bull crap. Because like I said, MAGA means make America great again. The only time it was ever great for white folks is when white supremacy was on the top of the list in this country. That's what they mean by make it great again. For you and I, it was never great. You gotta listen to the language sometimes when they talk. You just notice how it kind of switched and it said make America white again. Who came up with that? Trump ain't even had to say it. It's just the thought process of what they're saying. Because they know America is their country. It's not our country. Stop thinking that. You are not friends with your. Are you enemy with any of your friends? I mean, excuse me. Are you friends with any of your enemies? Excuse me. Are you friends with any of your enemies? Do y'all go out to eat? Do y'all work together? Do y'all share pictures of your family together? So, what makes you think that you are equal with your natural enemy? What makes you think that you're a citizen because your enemies say you're a citizen? What makes you even think that your enemy says we're friends now? And I'm not talking about these poor white people. I'm talking about those that are in power that's preventing us from rising. And when I say rising, I don't mean taking over. I mean doing for self. Actually making progress for the first time in history in this country as a whole. Because we never did it. It's like, I know some of you like, well, what are you talking about? It's like, when you read the Bible and it says in the beginning there was God, and I believe there was the Word, and it was the earth, and the earth was out form and it was void. So it's like God creating himself in the physical form within the universe. It's void, it's empty, it's nothing out there. It's just him, but he's studying himself in a matter that he's using out there to create himself in the physical form after he created a planet. And he's in that womb creating himself. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know. I heard some rumors. I don't know. I don't want to tell you the rumor because you're gonna be like, how the hell they know that? That's the rumor. And I'm gonna tell you, it said about 66 trillion years. He studied himself. That's the saying. I don't know. How they know that? I don't know. But they said God was so powerful, he studied himself and created himself in a physical form, and then gave birth to himself, and then saw a second self inside of him and created the woman who was his companion. That's why we go neck and neck. Now, once you're out of that womb, out of that universe, you begin to make life. And this is how we are. We're in this so-called white universe, and we're studying ourselves, and we haven't produced ourselves to make a progress yet. That's what babies do. When you come out the womb, you start to make life. You start to make history independently from your mother. Because when you inside your mother in that womb, you're not independent. You're depending on your mother to take care of you, food, clothing, well, not clothing, but food and shelter. You know what I'm saying? You have to rely on her for the benefits so she can get strong, or so a baby can get strong. Now, once the baby is born into the world and is independent, now it begins to make a life for itself as one. And we haven't done that. We're still in the damn womb. We've been in a womb since 1865. They claim we've been out of it, but we haven't made no progress. We ain't got no school. We ain't got no banks. We have so-called banks, one or two banks, but they control it. I'm talking about our bank. We're not importing and distributing as a whole. And when I say that, I don't want it to say like, oh, he's trying to talk about separation because y'all made separation. We didn't make it. There's more separation now than it was when Martin Luther King was alive. That's why you have the Jewish community, the Asian community, the Jamaican community, hello Haiti. You got all these different communities all separated all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's making money off of us. And I can't blame them because we lost that knowledge of self. So we don't know how to do for self. So we don't know how to make a business for self. That's why I say that with the FBA, I dig what they're doing. But I think the first thing that you really need to do is an identity crisis, and then unify and build for self instead of go begging your enemy for money because your enemy ain't gonna give you shit. I wouldn't. First of all, in order for me to give you money as my enemy, you gotta have some power, and y'all ain't got nothing. All y'all got is some podcasters and some issues. And that's not a disrespect. You have to make them do something. You ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing that. No. Y'all all right out there? Y'all okay? Okay. Well, what you can do is what we all should need to do is figure out what you want to do if you want to start a business. This is how you do it because the Jews they said I saw podcast. He said by the time the guy is 24 and he finished school, he builds a business or he go work for another Jewish person and he starts his family. I said, damn, at 24, you start a family already? But he said business. He didn't say job first. He said business. Now, excuse me for a second. Now, I wish I had my business partner in here. You know what I'm saying? But she's not around right now. But if you want to start a business, figure out what you want to do. Don't feel inferior about it. Business is easy, but it's not easy. No, I'm gonna say this. Business is easy, but you have to have a lot of patience. Okay. I encourage people to get business, especially those in the black community, because majority of us used to run the streets and sell drugs, right? Females a little bit more easy because it's not too much that you can create that females don't like. You know what I'm saying? But guys is a little bit harder. So you got to figure out what you want to do. I don't care what it is. Whatever you want to do, it can be your business. Okay? People is taking prison materials from prison and making it into a business. You could get a free Dun and Bradshaw, right? I mean Bradstreet. You can go online, right? And you can fill out the application. It's for free. The only thing is like you could be like an independent business owner. IRS don't use it, but they recognize it to identify businesses. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really pay attention to the EIN numbers when you do that. That's like a person that wants to be a sole proprietorship where you want to sell like flyers or you want to draw pictures on the street, you want to sell socks and t-shirts on the street. That's you get that for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's legit. That's legit. You don't have to worry about anything. Or you can get your LLC, which you file on at your Secretary of State in your borough. Okay. Some say you can get it for free. Some say you will have to pay $200, and you get an LLC, which is limited liability company, which you're only liable for what goes on in that business. It protects you from your personal interests, such as your car, home. But the best thing about it is that you could determine your taxes. Whatever prices you put on your products is your tax. So if you want to have a little higher price on your side, that's your tax. You depend on what you want to do. Do you want to put your car in your business name and use it every time you fill up gas? You save the receipts. That's taxes. You use your car that you go to work with and you use it. Yeah, it's a scheme. It's like drug dealing, but the best thing about it is you can advertise it. Ching. And as much as we be on these social media podcasts, come on, you can do it. It's not easy. It's not hard. I'm gonna say that. It's easy. It is easy. It is not easy. Because I say most people that want to start their business, this is the number one thing that they fail. They look for friends and family for support. I would say that's a good thing in a way, and it's a bad thing because we expect our family and our friends to support us financially by buying the things that we create in our home. We thinking, yeah, I just started. I know my cousin and I'm gonna buy this. No, don't have that expectation because friends and family is looking for a discount, and you just started. They're looking for a discount because you know what? You the cuz. Come on, man. You know how many you do. We go way back. That's how it happens. And then now, when you stand tall, your friends ain't gonna want to be your friends no more because now you're on a different level. That's what happens when you start going to different levels. The people you start with ain't gonna be the people you finish with. So when you start your business, you're gonna lose some friends and family. They gonna start picking your brain. They gonna even start shitting on you, saying, yo, you doing that little thing, yo, you ain't making no money. You still going up and work. You talking about you're a boss. I don't care. In your mind and your heart, you say, I'm a goddamn boss. Even if you gotta go to work in the morning and slave for another boss. Because when you come home and you pick up that phone, you put your boss hat on. You go to work. You a boss in your heart. Don't let nobody tell you ain't no boss. It may not work right for you immediately, but at least you could determine when you want to go to work on your company. You could determine, I ain't going this. No, I'm gonna just network on Facebook today and make you some change. Oh, I'm gonna put this product on Marketplace. This is the best platform to sell something. You go on TikTok, you go on YouTube, you go on IG, you go on Facebook, and you promote all day, nonstop. I don't care if you keep promoting the same thing over and over. The person that didn't see the last 30 posts that you done posted of the same thing, they just saw the 31st one. They getting ready to call you. That's how it goes. That's how it goes with business. So you can do it. Hopefully, I come back. I have my business partner up here. And she's a monster with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I want us to do because, I had to give us a little exit plan because a lot of our people, we get up there and we talk this, but yet we never have an exit plan for our people. That's why I said, that's why young boys don't want to listen to you in the hood when you're trying to get them to stop hustling in the street and put the drugs down, but you got to give them an out. All right, you want me to stop making this money and I'm stop feeding my family, although majority of it is going to bull crap, but they're using it to take care of their family. You want them to stop doing that, but you're not giving them an exit plan. You want them to stop making all that money to make no more money. That's not gonna work. You got to give them an out, or at least let them watch you by example. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, OG or sis, yo, she doing it. I remember she used to run the street. Now look at her. See what I'm saying? That's good inspiration. That's good inspiration. So you just gotta keep at it. Whatever business you want to do, you can keep at it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how small you think it is. You could turn it into a business. Whatever somebody wants to buy, that's a customer. That means there's somebody out there that like what you have. I watch it all day. I live in Bush Street. When I go down on Broadway and Flushing in Brooklyn, all them Spanish people out there, they got stuff next to each other. And most of them selling all the same stuff, but they out there with their earmuffs on and their hoodie, and they just standing there. And they making their money. They making their money. That's business, small business. You got to start from somewhere. It's just like these podcasts. You got to start from somewhere. I remember I only had 2 followers. No, excuse me, I had 1 follower. It was my wife. Now I'm close to 300. You got to start somewhere. Soon I'll be up there with them dudes, but now I got to hold people's attention on the content. You got to start from somewhere. You don't start off big. I heard somebody say, yo, there's one dude he didn't like, and they was going at it. And the guy got a laptop. He just came home from jail. He must have got a Apple laptop. Like, he got the microphone. He got this whole setup was way better than mine. I said, God damn, he just came home from the feds. He had this prepared. Some people can do it. Some people can't. I got to start off small. I'm not fortunate like others. But do I care? No, because I have a message. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to stop me. No, I'm gonna make my message look like $1 million piece. You know what I'm saying? Well, with that being said, y'all have anything y'all want to ask me before I get out of here? No, I held your attention on long enough. I thought I would have had you on here for like 3 hours. Thank God I didn't, because I did not want to be on here that long. The one dude say, man, all you gotta do is be up there 15 minutes. I said, now what I gotta say. You can't cover what I got to say in 15 minutes. Nothing I said on this you could say in 15 minutes. I'm sorry. But I don't be want to hold y'all too long. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it 5 minutes before I tune out. Yo, did y'all ever see this here? These are eggs. Look at the egg prices. Oh man. Oh, hold on. I can't. I'm blocking it out. Hold on. Look at the egg prices on here. It's starting, baby. It's starting. You got some. Thank you, Logan. You got some eggs now, man. Yeah, man. It's high as hell. High as hell. $12, $18 for a carton of eggs. I told you it's about to be a third world country. I think I'm playing. Soon you're gonna start buying. Walmart is a little bit yeah. Walmart's a bit better. You get like because the last time I went to Walmart, I paid what I think 18 eggs. It was like I think it was like 10 and change, some 12 and change. So yeah, them eggs is better. But certain places, yo, food is out there. It's out of control, man. It's about to get more worse. Now I'm about to see what it was, how it was in Trinidad. Because when Trinidad, when I was there in Jordan, they had Jordans. You paid $500 for a pair of Jordans. 60 eggs for $12. Okay, 60 for 12. All right. That's what it was. I don't count it, but I know I get that because I got 4 children. So they love eggs. So we go when me and my wife we go to Walmart. We make sure we get those type of eggs, them big cartons of eggs. Um. Uh. So like I say, yeah, man, we about to be in a third world country. There's nothing we could do about it. It is already set in stone. Trump can't do nothing about it. It's been in debt since 1933. It's over. It's over. I remember growing up, used to get Jordans used to cost $60. That was too much for sneakers when I was growing up. Because back then, we used to get Pro-Cats and Converse. We used to order Buster Browns and stuff and get sneakers for like $20, $30. That's how much sneakers cost back in the 80s. The Jordans and Nikes came out, you was paying like $60, no more than $80, and that was too high for sneakers. Now, sure, things was $500, and that was in the 90s. That's how much sneakers is about to start. Well, some sneakers cost like that, but I'm talking about them old sneakers that ain't got no name brand. I mean, if that's not name brand, you're gonna be paying like 200-300 for a pair of sneakers. Gonna be like in the West Indies, you're gonna be walking around in slippers all day. Go start investing in the underground bunkers. Yeah, yo. I was gonna mention that, but I had to do more research to give y'all. Because I know Mark Zuckerberg, he has a bunker in Hawaii where he fronting talking about, yeah, it's for the people. It's like it's food in there that can hold him for the past 5 years. Well, I think 100 people in there, something like that. There's a lot of wise people that has bunkers. Black people have bunkers. Especially the white militia groups that hate the government and don't want us to rise in power. They have bunkers. They waiting for this thing to fall so they could come out of the woods with their machine guns. Because when things happen, I believe it's gonna be first a racial war because the tension's gonna be high. You know what I'm saying? Until that little bloodshed goes over, and then it's just gonna be a civil war if it gets to that. If it gets to that. But knowing how the history is in this country, it's gonna get to that. They are not letting this country go. They fought blood, sweat, and tears in the 1700s for this country. They are not giving it to us just like that. That is not gonna happen. They're gonna find some sort of way to stop us. You know what I'm saying? So all I can say is, while we here waiting for the fall, let's get ourselves prepared. You know what I'm saying? Start saving some canned foods. Start putting some foods in jars. Start storing. I know it's gonna be hard. I know I took a good one. It's hard because I got a football team in this household. So we eat. It's 6 of us, and we got 3 animals, so it's 9 people. Well, not people, but there's 9 beings in here. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's gonna be kind of hard, but yo, please try, try to invest in these bricks, try as you can, So with that being said, y'all have a good night. I know it's Sunday, y'all getting ready to, I don't know, eat or whatever. Get yourself relaxed and ready for work tomorrow. And have God bless, and have a good night. Later.